Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the New England Patriots 10-year rebuild. It is episode number 4, year number 4, and I really do think we are right on the cusp of becoming a contender for a Super Bowl, a championship team. I think we've got the quality. I think we might actually make the playoffs this year, and we'll see what happens from there. In this episode, I think the biggest thing that's going to happen probably is we're going to play out the season with Kyle Duggar at strong safety, and then we're going to let him either walk or we're going to trade him or something, or he's just going to regress enough to where we start Marte Mapu anyway. I think it's that time. He was an old rookie when he came into the league out of, I think, was it Lehigh or Lehigh Valley? What was the college he went to? I forget what it was. Some random small college. So he was old when he came out, and then he's been pretty good for us through these first 3 seasons, but he's starting to regress a little bit. He's down to like an 83, I think, or something like that. He's probably only going to get a little worse. So it's time for Marte Mapu. At the end of the episode, probably he'll be the starter for year number 5, and hopefully for the rest of the 10 years, the rest of the 5 years after. So that's the plan, is for Kyle Duggar to move on. Either we trade him or he just goes to the back of the bench. He's probably not going to have too much value anyway, so who knows. But that's probably going to be the biggest thing that happens, although I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a huge contract that we need to sign or something. I have no idea. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. I think we can. Drake May's starting to get pretty good, so we'll see what happens. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. Here we are in 2026. It's ready for year number 4. Let's take a look at the team. Drake May's getting good. I really hope that he can become a superstar development player. That'd be really awesome. We got Brock Bowers. We have offensive linemen for the future. Larry Fitzgerald or Byron will probably be the future left tackle or right tackle, either one, probably both. We also have Mitchell, who can be a right or left tackle if we need him to be. We signed Romeo Doubs in the offseason. We traded for Keon Coleman, I'm pretty sure. So we've got some really good receiving weapons now for Demario Douglas. Did I change the scheme? Yes. Oh, no, I didn't. We're still rocking New England. I thought I changed the scheme. Did I not save? I could have sworn I changed the scheme. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was in a different series. I don't remember. I don't remember. But we're going to probably change the scheme. We're not going to rock New England offense anymore. It's just not getting the job done, really. So we're going to go with... Oh, what should we go with? Maybe we should try... I know we can go to Kansas City. That's not what I want to do. I want to go to... We've tried Miami before. That doesn't really work that well. I want to do... Maybe... I don't even know. Maybe Buffalo? Maybe Houston with CJ Stroud and Tank Dell and all those guys? Maybe Houston's would work. I've never used Houston's offensive playbook. I don't even know if it's that good. I guess we'll give it a shot for a season. Why not? Let's run Houston's playbook. CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, all the boys. Nico Collins, whoever else is freaking on that team anymore. I don't know. All right, so... Oh, I should have showed you the defense. I forgot about that. But we're going to rock with Houston's playbook for Season 4. Offense, at least. We'll keep New England's defense. Here's what we got. Yeah, he is an 83 overall. Mapu is a 79, so he's pretty much ready to go for the starter. I'm assuming next season, like I was talking about in the intro. Defense is looking pretty solid. We've got a stud in Christian Gonzalez. We got Daxton Hill, I think, in a trade. Or maybe, no, he might have been a free agent. I don't remember. It's been a while since I recorded the last episode. I don't remember how we got him, but he's here now. So we're looking pretty good. I like the team. We're probably going to have to eventually kind of like move Judon to the bench because he's also going to regress pretty heavily. But it's time to simulate. I'm going to simulate up until the midseason mark, and we'll figure out if Houston's playbook is any good. We've made it to week 8, and we're 3-4, so the Houston playbook's not necessarily doing bad, but it's also not necessarily giving us a lot of wins. But maybe that's just our team isn't amazing just yet. I mean, we do have an 88 offense. Let's do the scouting focus, and then we'll look at some negotiations. We have outside linebacker and defensive end as our strong suits for the class, but that is not the strong suits of the actual draft class. We'll still go defensive end because we can always use defensive ends. That's always a plus. And it looked like there was a top defensive end in the class, so that's always nice. Week number 8 against the Bears. Duh, Bears. $5.3 million. I'm poor. So we need, oh no, DJ Turner, Demario Douglas, Marte Mapu, DeJuan Jones, Keon White, Cole Strange. Ugh. Oh no, there's a lot of guys I like and I want to keep. Okay, so we'll have to restructure some contracts. We'll have to move some money around. We can do that. We're not opposed to moving money around. I do it all the time. But let's keep simulating to week 11 so we can get the goods. We can get the good stuff. Can we beat the Bears, though? Yes, we can. Only by 3, but we beat them. I'll take that. It's big dubs. Beat the Vikings. They suck. J.J. McCarthy's a fraud. Oh, no, he's not. He's actually legit. Okay, I hate that. They beat us by 4. So we currently sit at what? 4 and 5? Yeah, 4 and 5 on the season. Miami actually got a win. They were winless when we loaded in week 8. Okay, so we make it to week 11. We got to do all the good stuff. Drake May's now an 88 overall. That's nice to see. Is he leading the league? No, he's not. At least he's not in the top 3. Well, that's not good. I was hoping the CJ Stroud playbook would get him a lot of passing yards, but I guess it's not. Maybe next year it will, because Madden 25 will know that CJ Stroud had such a good rookie year that they'll change the playbook to make it better. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I'm very curious to see what the OP playbooks are going to be in Madden 25. Obviously, Kansas City's always going to be OP because Kansas City in real life is OP. But I'm very curious to see. Maybe Dallas is still going to be pretty good because for some reason EA Sports. Maybe Jerry Jones, like, I don't know, has some dirt on the EA people, the people at EA who make the game, and he like maybe he watched them, I don't know, touch a kid or something. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe he's got some sort of dirt on the EA people, and he makes them make Madden or make Dallas good in Madden. I don't know. Focus players. So we got 95% on this top 5 pass rusher, Michael Givens from Tejas. And he actually does look pretty good. I don't know if he's a number 1 pick. He's certainly no Myles Garrett. There's a lot of good quarterbacks at the top. There's some good tackles. It's quarterback and tackle. Jeez. It's quarterback and tackle at the top of the class. Who's this receiver? Antonio Teague. Ooh, he looks pretty good, actually. He doesn't look bad at all. We might go after him. And then they've also got another receiver at the top here. A D tackle, Lionel Cunningham. It could be Lionel, I guess. And then there's a corner. There's a couple of corners. This guy's 6'4". The other dude's 5'11". We'll go with the 6'4". Jaquez Session. I like the name. Those will be my 3 guys that we scout. And we will move along. Okay, so I think it's time we should probably start moving some money around. So let's do that. Let's get the old money moved. So Barmore's our most expensive player. Let's move his money around. Judon we can certainly do. We probably should just trade Judon at this point. I don't know if he's going to have any value, though, is the only problem. Same thing with Hunter Henry. Romeo Dobbs, Josh Uche, bada bing, bada boom. And then we'll do Ramondre Stevenson. That's where we'll leave it for right now. That should be enough money to bring back everybody. But we'll see. Question mark. What's going to happen? How much money? Oh, that's plenty of money. 113 million. We can bring back everybody and have a little bit of room. So let's get DJ Turner on a 5-year deal. That'll take him till he's 30. I want DJ Turner around. We'll give him $5 million, and we'll also give him $4.5 million, and he'll say yes. He does. Demario Douglas, we want back, absolutely, even though he only has normal development. We'll give him a 5-year deal, so he's on the same contract path as DJ Turner, and we'll pay him a good amount of money, and he'll say yes. Marte Mapu, you're going to be our starter, so might as well bring you back. We'll give you a 4-year deal, and we'll pay you 3.5 and probably 3, and you'll say yes, and he does. DeJuan Jones, you can be a nice backup if nothing else. We'll give you a 3-year contract. We'll give you $4 million and $4 million, and he says yes. $80 million remains. I definitely want Keon White back, even though he's not a starter anymore. He's good role, good rotation player. We'll give him $5 million across the board. He says yes. Cole Strange, good backup nonetheless. We'll give him 4.5 and 3.5. He says perfect to that. Joe Milton is a good backup, so we'll bring him back for 4 seasons, just so we have a backup quarterback, and he's coming back, not super expensive. Okay, so Bryce Behringer, we probably do need, I mean, it's not the biggest worry to need a punter, but we probably should have one, so let's just pay him that. He's going to come back for 7 seasons, so he's here for the rest of the rebuild. Larry Fitzgerald will accept his option, and then City, I'll bring City back because he's good value as a role player. But I don't want to spend too much money on him. I don't think $3 million over 3 seasons is that expensive. He's coming back. Raekwon will leave. Trout Ryland will leave, possibly. You know what? Screw it. We'll bring him back. 7 years. Why the F not? Him and Behringer are now locked down for the entirety of the rest of the 10 years. The rest of the 5 years, whatever it is. Okay, so that is done and dusted. That leaves us with $46 million in available money. We can, all that money is going to be gone when we simulate to the end of the season, I would assume. We can probably move on from, like, Judon and, who was the other guy, Hunter Henry? We should probably try to do that because they're not going to have much value, are they? So if I trade the both of them, what can I get? I can get a running back with normal development. I can get Zion Johnson. That's not bad. I can get Darius Robinson. Ooh, 25-year-old, star development, 79 overall. I like that. But we're already pretty solid at defensive end. We can get Brian Tompkins, who's a star running back. Dan McGinnis. And then Courtney Parham. Okay, so we can get some decent young defensive ends for Hunter Henry and Matt Judon. I'm going to keep them around for now because I don't think I have a backup plan for Judon. Henry, it doesn't matter because he's a backup anyway. But Judon's actually our starter at outside linebacker. So we should probably not trade him until we have an actual plan. Yeah, we have Bethune. And Bethune probably could play right away there. Or I guess we could move. Actually, he's a low overall. Tatum Bethune probably could just start right away at outside linebacker for us. But we'll keep Judon there for one more season. We'll trade him at some point, or we'll just let him go. I don't know. We'll do something with Judon, but we're not going to trade him right now. Let's get to the end of the season and see if we can turn this kind of poor season around and maybe make the playoffs for the first time in the video, or I guess the first time in the series. Okay, somehow we have made the playoffs. We turned it around enough where we won the division. We had the tiebreaker over the Bills because we're both 9-8, but we get it done. We won the division. Finally, it feels like forever since the Patriots won the East, but we did it. We got there, and we're in the playoffs. We have to play the Steelers, which is not good because they had a good season, but Drake May has quarterback of the future tag. That's nice. 3,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So the C.J. Stroud Texans playbook seems to be okay. I'm assuming that those numbers aren't like consistent. He can probably go up if he has a better year. I don't know why he didn't have that great of a year. Ramondre killed it, though, 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sermon was a touchdown demon, though. He was a little merchant at the goal line, I'm assuming, taking 11 touchdowns. Then you got Demario Douglas, 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. Coleman had 800 yards and 7. Dobbs had a good year. Well, not great year, but it was all right. And then Brock Bowers had a good year. Very interesting. What about defensively? Kevin Corbett, middle linebacker, who I think is only like a 73, 74 overall, something like that. He led the team in tackles with 93. Mapu, who we just re-signed, he has 89 tackles. Duggar had 84. So did Gonzalez. Judon had 75. He had a really good season, actually. Good thing we didn't trade him. He led the team in tackles for loss along with Barmore with 14. Newton had 13. Sack leader was Judon with 11.5. Then Barmore with 11. 8 for Newton. A lot of sacks this year. 4 picks from Christian Gonzalez. I love to see that. He doesn't usually simulate with that many picks, but that's nice to see. Are we actually going to win a playoff game? That'd be pretty awesome. We made the playoffs for the first time. There's a last hurrah. Is that going to be Judon? I don't want to click it. It could be Judon, though. I'm assuming it's going to be Judon. He usually retires pretty soon. And we won 20-10 over the Steelers. Well, I did not think we were going to win that game at all. Drake May and Demario Douglas both get an upgrade point. Love to see that. We are in the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is not who you want to play in the playoffs. Come on, boys. Get the job done. No, 17-14. We lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's annoying. I thought maybe we'd have a little Cinderella run, maybe. Make it to the Super Bowl, win it. That'd be awesome. But we have failed to get to the Super Bowl here in season number 4. It'll happen, though. making the playoffs is a very good step. We are on the right track. We are certainly on the right track. But now, considering we are done playing games, we can trade Hunter Henry and Matt Judon and get everything we can for them before they retire. So Judon, he moved up to X Factor. Wow. Matt Judon now an X Factor. He did have a good season, so it makes sense. But maybe that raises his value a little bit more. What can we get? We can get Khalil Mack. There's Darius Robinson again. I wonder if he can play outside linebacker. Leonard Williams. Let me counter offer this and take a look at him. Darius Robinson. He's 6'5", 285. Power moves are good. His speed is pretty good. You know what? He's probably not that bad. His pursuit's not amazing. So he's not going to be like a great coverage guy. But he probably is not too bad at outside linebacker. He's got good power moves and good finesse moves. His acceleration's not great, but it can get better. His block shedding's pretty good. I might do this trade and then move him to outside linebacker, because he could probably play it pretty well. So we'll get a 6th-round pick. Judon and Hunter Henry go to the Indianapolis Colts. We get back Darius Robinson. And maybe Darius Robinson can play a little outside linebacker. We can stand him up and he can be a stud. Who knows? Where's he at? Darius. Oh, I got to do the whole thing. Generate best lineup. There we go. Okay, so here he is. Darius Robinson. We'll move him to outside linebacker, and we'll see if he can be good. So he's a 79 right now. What can he be at outside linebacker? If we do that, then we go over here. He sits at, if I go over here, he sits at a 77. He's a 77 at right outside linebacker. Okay, that's not that much off of what he was at defensive end at 79, so I'm happy with that. He's still not a high enough overall to pass Tatum Bethune, but we'll keep him there. We'll see what happens. Hall is actually a really good middle linebacker option. You know what? I might just move him to middle linebacker and forget about Tatum. But I don't, because I want Uche to play too. How old is Uche now? He's 27. He's still got a lot of juice in the tank. Did anybody go up in development trade though? No, everybody stays the same. Even Drake May. That's kind of annoying. Judon, I think, was the only one who went up in a development trade. We traded him away. All right. Oh, I got to trade Duggar, too. That's right. Let's move on from Kyle Duggar. He's been cool. He's been very cool, but he's just too low of an overall now at this point. So he is a strong safety, 84. Mapu's basically right there with him. So what can we get for Kyle Duggar at this point? We can get a running back that has superstar development. I'm intrigued. We can get a tight end that has superstar development. I'm intrigued. We can get a left end. That's Dan McGinnis, the guy that we were considering earlier. So do I want a running back with superstar development, or do I want a tight end with superstar development? We already have Brock Bowers, who has superstar development. But I guess Kurt Reed could be our backup plan if we don't end up signing Brock Bowers to a new extension. I think I already re-signed Ramondre Stevenson, so getting a backup running back with superstar development wouldn't really be the smartest thing in the world, and it's also the Colts, so we'd just be sending all 3 of our guys that we traded to the Colts. I think I'm going to get this backup tight end, Kurt Reed. We send Kyle Duggar to, was that the Commanders? Because the Commanders are in the Super Bowl. Did I just send him to the Commanders? Hold on. Let me go to the Commanders real quick. Did I just send Kyle Duggar to the Commanders? Is he going to play in a Super Bowl? He is. Kyle Duggar has a chance to get a freaking Super Bowl. I didn't even try to do that. That's hilarious. Well, Kyle, I hope you get a championship. I hope you get a championship. Let's do generate the best lineup. So there's Reed. So now we have Washington. We have Reed as backup tight end options. I probably could have went with the running back because we do have Trey Sermon, but we're going to keep Ramondre for most of the series anyway, so why would it'd be just a waste to have him as a backup. Okay, so I've got all the trades that I wanted to trade away, or the players I wanted to trade away. Let's simulate the Super Bowl and see if Kyle Duggar can get a championship on the Commanders. That'd be hilarious. Although, they probably would... Oh, it doesn't matter. They got shut out by the Ravens anyway. They probably wouldn't have given him a ring since he showed up at the very last second. So he probably doesn't qualify for a championship ring, but it doesn't matter because they didn't score any points anyway. Lamar Jackson gets the MVP of the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow wins MVP of the league. Josh Jacobs and Myles Garrett are the players of the year. And then Jamal Walker, tight end for the Dolphins, and Javier Boston, who I remember scouting. He is defensive end for the Raiders. They win Rookies of the Year. So those are your awards for Season 4. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the off-season. We obviously have no money because we restructured a bunch of contracts. We went pretty heavy on the negative. But that's okay. We got rid of the players that we need to get rid of. And we negotiated with everybody. I think we just need to accept one player. Yep, it's just Larry Fitzgerald. Raekwon McMillan, I love you, but you just never develop, big dog. I don't know what it is about you. I wish you could develop, because you're good. At least you were good at one point. Let's get to free agency. We're not going to sign anybody because we have no money, but let's at least see who's there. Just for a little bit of giggling. It's a couple offensive linemen. Jordan Whitehead. Catrell Clark. That's a very interesting one. I never see him here. Cool. Some cool guys here. Quinion Mitchell is very interesting. I would totally go for him if I had some money, but I don't have any money, so we will let it ride. Into the draft. Into the draft. Who is it going to be that we draft? I don't know, because we're going to have a pick in the 20s, I think, right? Or maybe the high teens? Probably the 20s, because we made the divisional round, so it's probably the 20s. But it's going to be a high pick regardless, and we'll probably not get anybody too great. I could probably try to trade up. Do I have everything bought out here? I think I did earlier in this series, right? Yeah, I have all this bought out. I have all this bought out. Perfect. Okay, I was just making sure. Didn't know if I had that all bought out or not. So if I wanted to make a trade up in the first round, I probably could pretty easily. But let's keep going to the good old-fashioned draft. We'll take a look at mock draft number 5, not only to see where our pick is, but to see kind of who's projected to go where. Maybe we need to make a move. Let's see. Mock draft number 5. The tackle is... Actually, 2 tackles are going top. Okay, very interesting. Then it's Otis Calhoun from UCLA. Then another tackle. This is a crazy tackle class. Quarterback, wide receiver. That's the wide receiver that I scouted, it looks like, because he's at 80%. Then you got Lionel Cunningham. Another tackle. Another receiver. Where is that? There he is. Michael Givens. He's at number 11. Well, I'm going to scout him with this private workouts because I want to know if he's like a top 5 talent or not. There's that corner. He's got A, man coverage, B, zone coverage. I think I'm going to scout him too because I want to know if he's worth trading up for. We can always use another corner. Then you got this guy, Jaden Lewis, who's a defensive end. That could be pretty interesting. Is there any like amazing linebackers or anything? We're picking at number 27, by the way. There looks like there could be a couple good running backs available in the first round. You don't see a lot of running backs available in the first round for most auto-generated classes. All right, let's scout. We definitely want to use one on Michael Givens. He's fallen pretty heavily, so maybe he's not as good as we think he is, or thought he was at one point. Then I want to use one on Jacquez Session, and then I probably should use one on a linebacker just to make sure we have one. But as long as there is that many good ones. There's a couple that could be good down the board at right outside, and then there's one middle linebacker that has a chance to be good. But I don't want to look into them because that'll get rid of my other 2 workouts. Let's just pick one of these 2 guys. Let's pick the taller guy. AJ Robinson, we'll pick you and we'll scout you a little bit more. All right, so I'm hoping that Michael Givens or Session, I'm hoping that either one of them are actually like top 5 talents, and for some reason they fell. I wonder why he fell all the way from he was projected number 1 for a while. I wonder why he fell. Maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. Let's find out. He is actually a top 5 talent. Maybe this class just isn't that good, but those tackles look pretty good. I don't know why he would have fell. And so is Session. Session's also a top 5. Oh, that's interesting. How good is this guy? Ooh, he also looks pretty good. We might grab AJ Robinson. How in the world do we get to those guys? They're both not high in the draft. I think he was 11. Givens was? Yeah, he's 11 to the Vikings. And then Session is 17 to the Jags. How do I get both of them? How do I acquire both of those players? With only draft picks, because I have no cap room to trade players. So how do I get both of those guys? It's going to have to be probably a 1-for-1, just trading up with pick 27. And then the other one, I'll probably have to trade multiple picks. So let's start with the Vikings at pick 11. What do they want? They want Christian Gonzalez or 3 first-round picks. Yeah, you're not going to have either of those. But you can have at least 1 first-round pick. I'll give you my 2029 first-round pick. They say no to that. That's understandable. I'll give you a third-round pick in 2028. Okay, they don't like that. How about a second round pick in 2028? And then a second round pick in 2029. Okay, now we're talking. And then a fourth round. We have 2 fourth round picks this year. And then a third round pick in 2022. I'm basically giving up all my next year first picks. But it's going to be worth it in the end. It's going to be worth it in the end if we can get him. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I wonder if the higher fourth round pick gets it done. Oh, that's unbelievable. Unbelievably close. Unbelievably close right there. That's crazy. All right, so you know what we're probably going to have to do? We're probably going to have to give up both of my first round picks the next 2 seasons. I didn't want to do this, but I think it might have to happen. I think it might have to happen. How about a third instead of a 4? How about a 5? Trade offer accepted. Both of my first round picks, a 4th, a 3, and a 5, gets us the 11th pick in the draft. That'll get us Michael Givens. And then what I'll do is I will just go 1 for 1 with the 27th pick until, oops, that's number 11, until I get to the Jaguars, which the Jaguars have pick number 17. So it's only 10 spots. I don't have to go that crazy. But basically what I do is, if you never seen me do this before, you first have to buy out. That's why I was looking at the staff points. You have to use all your staff points to purchase the, oops, I'll have to go 1 for 1 the other way. You have to purchase all of the player personnel side of the trading tree. And then once you do all that, then it makes it super easy to just go 1 for 1. And if you're curious, my settings are always on normal trading difficulty. So it's on the same thing I always have it on. Trade difficulty type is normal. All Madden difficulty, all that kind of stuff. So I never have it on easy or anything like that. It's just, that's what you have to do. If you spend your staff points, you buy all that stuff out, it makes it super easy to trade up 1 for 1 with draft picks. So let's go to this. I think it was the Panthers that had that 25th pick. If you do this, yeah, Panthers had the 25th pick. Then they accept that 1 for 1. And I'll just keep doing this until I get up to 17 with the Jaguars. And then we'll be good to go. We'll have 11 and 17. And we'll be able to get 2 of the top 5 players in the entirety of the class, which is pretty dope. So I'm going to go finish this. And then I will see you guys when I've got it done. It shouldn't take me too long because it's just 1 for 1 swaps. So I'll see you guys when I got it done. Okay, I made the moves, so we now have pick 11 and pick 17. We should be in prime position to draft those guys as long as the mock draft doesn't lie to me and it says that we actually have those guys. Unfortunately, the draft is a little glitched, so we will just back out of the game real quick and then we'll reload it. Luckily, I saved it, so let's just let's go over here, reload the game, and hopefully that loads up the actual good stuff. Start the draft. And it is fixed. Okay, perfect. So here we go. Pick number 1 is Alex Ford, the tackle. Cardinals get him. Then Tom Black. Sounds like a Western character or something. Wild West. Otis Calhoun. Then Julian Autry. Morgan Woods. A lot of tackles in this class. I wonder how good these guys that I'm drafting are going to be. Because they're both top 5. But a lot of these tackles could also be top 5. And usually tackles are like 78, 79 overall. So this draft class could actually be pretty sneaky good. Who knows? All right, so Michael Givens is available to us. That's his name, right? Michael Givens? Yeah, Michael Givens, top 5 player in the draft. Looks pretty good. 6'5", elite speed, elite acceleration. You know I'm a slut for that. We're going to take him. Hidden development, 86 speed, 86 strength, 91 acceleration. He looks like an absolute freaking stud. And then hopefully we get to pick 17 and our big dog is available, the corner. So let's go see. Brandon Burney goes. Then Javier Meander. What a name. Oh, I thought I said Jaquez for a second. That's Marquez. Stanley Holcomb. And then Ramon Woodyard. All right, so we make both of our picks, both the top 5 players. Coming away with 2 top 5 players in a single class is pretty awesome. 4.38 speed, A man coverage, B zone coverage, and he's 6'4". That's a stud right there. Him and DJ Turner and Christian Gonzalez are going to go crazy at the quarterback position. Amazing pickups. 2 top 5 players in the first round. You love to see it. Now we don't pick again until the second round, pick 27, and I'm probably going to use this pick on that linebacker because we don't have a third round pick, so he's probably going to be gone if I don't use it on him. Here he is, A.J. Robinson. 6'3", great speed, elite acceleration. Yeah, I'm totally taking this dude. 85 speed, 91 excel for an outside linebacker. What a stud, man. 3 picks in this. This might be our best draft. This could be the draft that turns the tide and makes us like a absolute legit contender in a couple of years because these 3 guys that we took are all amazing, and they just happen to all be on the defense. All right, is there an actual good running back still available? Because there was a lot of good running backs in this class, at least in the first round, but I don't think any of them are left. Maybe this guy? Jamie Leverett? Elite strength. Very interesting. How about tackles? Are there any tackles left? Oh, probably not. No centers available either. Kind of weird. Maybe this guy's good. This guy's 6'8". Wow, Jaden Ryans, 6'8". He's not the greatest physical guy. He's not even that good. That's a waste of a 4th round pick, I think. We know the defensive lineman, but we don't know that there's anybody good. Well, we do know there's nobody good. Maybe there's a D tackle available. Maybe another outside linebacker. This is probably gonna be the last one that I take because it doesn't look like there's anybody too fantastic left. Will Bond. The name's Bond. Will Bond. I got to take him. Normal development. 86 speed, 86 acceleration is not too bad. That's fine, though. He can be a nice depth player, and he's got a cool name. So we're just going to let the CPU handle the rest of the draft. I'm fine with that. I got the players I wanted. I got 3 amazing players. I'm just curious to see what their actual overalls are because they're top 5 players, but how good was this class? They're both 78 overalls, and Robinson's a 76. We hit the home run on all 3 of these guys. This might end up being my best class because these guys are studly. I'm really glad that we traded for these guys because Michael Givens, Jacquez Session, and A.J. Robinson are all absolute studs. The rest of the class... Ooh, there was a second-round corner that's an 80. That's awesome. I missed him, but that's pretty cool. And then we had the next 2 guys, the next 2 best guys. None of the tackles that went in the first round are at the top at all. That's super strange. I wonder why they were projected to go so high. Very interesting. But I'm happy with our 2 guys. We got the 2nd and 3rd ranked players in the entire class. So I'd say that's huge. And we got a stud in the 2nd round, too, in that A.J. Robinson guy. So I like that draft a lot. I'm very excited about the future now. I was already pretty excited about the future because I think this team is going to be pretty good. But now I'm even more excited for the future because Drake May continues to develop. Romeo Dobbs takes number 1 wide receiver again, then Demario Douglas, then Keon Coleman, then Jalen Polk. We got Drake May, we got Ramondre Stevenson. Offensive line's looking pretty solid. It looks like it's switched Okafor and DeJuan Jones. I'm fine with that. Doesn't matter really. And then on defense, we've got ourselves Michael Givens. We've got... There's Robinson. We got a lot of linebacker depth now. A lot of linebacker depth with Robinson and Hall. Okay, I like the team. And we're so good at corner that our number 1 corner doesn't even get to pee on the depth chart because that's how good we are. We might have to make a trade away one of our corners for somebody else, maybe a linebacker to take away Tatum, just so that we can, because we got a lot of good corners. So we're going to have to figure that out in the next episode. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Next episode will be year number 5, episode number 5. And we'll already be halfway through with the 10-year rebuild. Hopefully, at some point, we can win a championship because I don't want to have this be the first series in the 10-year rebuild series that I don't win a championship. That'd be pretty embarrassing considering it's my favorite team. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.